Hi everyone, Grace Boji once again from Boji Farms. Are you new to our channel? Please don't forget to subscribe, and also do not forget to click on that notification bell to prompt you every time we have a new video loading. Our topic of discussion today is about telephone farming. Telephone farming is one of the biggest challenges. Are you a telephone farmer? Olimira ku ssimu, olundira ku ssimu? Are you that kind of person? This video is for you. Sit in and watch. When I started farming in 2015, two things that were occupying me. I was teaching in 3 universities. I'm a mother. At the same time, I had become a telephone farmer. And all of those things, I had to give them my utmost time. In 2015, I was a lecturer in 3 universities. I was a telephone farmer. I'm a mother. Basically, I was somebody who was wearing so many hats. I had to give them my best. And what used to happen, I would come on the farm some weekends, or if I come this weekend, the next week I will not come. Ngankekereza mafuta kubanga ekibalo kyali tekibala bulungi. And I did this telephone farming for over 5 years. But some of the things that I learned during my 5 years of telephone farming, I think there were 5 or 6 years of telephone farming, some of you are going to relate to them, because this is exactly what used to happen to me. Number one of the things I noticed when I was a telephone farmer, the things you want your workers to do, they will not do them the way you expect them to be done. They will only do something to your best of expectations when you are around. For example, in my earlier videos, I kept mentioning that hygiene is very key. Sweeping the goat pens is very key. What used to happen at my farm, every time they would get to that Boji is about to come on Friday, very early in the morning, because I would arrive at around midday, 2 p.m., so by 7 a.m. on Friday, they would be sweeping. The following week, if they got to know that I'm not coming, my goats would be struggling. And how did I know that they used to play this kind of tricks? I had given my neighbors and some of my farm workers in other departments, I had given them the mandate to also buy their own goats and add them in my own goats. So in one way or the other, there used to be my eyes on the farm. So one weekend I come back to the farm, I find these guys have withdrawn all their goats, they have taken them back to their homes. I ask one of them, is called Stephen. Mubuza, Stephen, what is happening? Madam, for us, the way you farm your goats, the English way of farming goats, the Chizungu way, for us, we are not going to manage that. You see, the last weekend you left, this goat had the babies, but now they are no more. The goats have lots and lots of diarrhea. I asked them what could be the problem. The problem is these guys only sweep when they expect you to come on the farm. When you are not on the farm, the goats are their own mercy. I used to lose a number of goats. I used to get scenarios where somebody calls you, Madam, this goat died. Madam, this goat died. But you'll never see the carcass. Madam, this goat gave birth. Madam, this goat gave birth, but you'll never see the babies. Actually, the total number of goats, the population, it never used to increase at all. It was always at its lowest. Either if I have many females, I have very few babies. I always wondered how. What used to happen? Na inamu abagezi mu farm, they would liaise with other neighbors around me, and then they sell off the babies to those neighbors. So when you move around, by that time when I used to move around in my neighborhood, I would see so many young babies from my own breed. And I always wondered why. Then also one other aspect, what used to happen, something that really amazed me, actually it was a little bit annoying. They used to give out my males, and then they give out my males to the neighbors so that their females can be mated with my males. Remember, I used to have exotic males, and it's in my sub-count, I think I was the only one with exotic females. So what used to happen, They would get some money from the neighbors, and then they let the females be met with my males. And they used to deny this for over a long time. So one weekend, when they didn't expect me to come, I came on a Sunday, and that Sunday they were spraying. So as we are there watching, I was watching them, supervising them as they spray. Two border borders, these are motorcycles in Uganda, border borders are motorcycles. Two border borders come into the farm. They came with two females each, two female goats on the border border. And then they asked, who is the boss here? We want to give him money, to give her money, or him money, so that we can, our goats can be mated. The females they had brought on the farm, they were on heat. So I told them, Mumpesente, give me the money. I got the money, I remained with the goats, I kept quiet. My workers started apologizing on their own without me telling them anything. But all these happen because you are a telephone farmer. And what happens every time your males on the farm are exchanged or mating so many other females around you from other people's farms, you are always going to be treating UTIs like chlamydia. You risk having your males bringing brucellosis to your farm. All these can be transmitted sexually. All these happened to me when I was a telephone farmer. Something else that used to happen, I would buy them food. By that time, I used to have very few workers on the farm. I would buy them food, and by that time, I had around 3 guys, and I would buy them around 25 kilos of posho per month. These were 3. Remember, we also had matoke. And time came, within 1 week and a half, these guys, they are not even ashamed. They would tell you 25 kilos are done. They would sell off the posho. Even when I tried to count the way Museveni did it on our TV during COVID time, every day, my workers will be eating 1.5 kilos of posho. They would tell you in a day, 3 of them, each one is eating a kilogram of posho, which is impossible because these were young boys. The other aspect that prompted me to shift from Kampala to quit telephone farming, I had planted my matoke. I had my 10 acres of bananas. And I had this manager whom I had gotten from around the village. And often other workers would hear him telling others, Toja, lero madamu wali. So workers used to ask, we always hear the manager telling other people, don't come today, the boss is there. And I later found out that he was informing the border guys that would come to fetch matoke from my farm. Actually, some of you have been in rural areas. There are motorcycles, there are bicycles that pick matokes. A border can carry between 10 to 15 bunches of matoke. So these borders would come like 3 to 5 borders per week. So imagine losing around 35 bunches per week. That was a lot of money. All these I realized, the few weekends I would spend, like time for harvesting my matoke, I would spend the whole week at the farm. That full weekend, I would get more money than when they harvest the matoke when I'm not around. And then also something else I also used to experience, my workers being poached on by my neighbors because I'm not around to fight on. I never had time for my workers. I would always come like for 2 days or 1 day, and I'm always rushing back. But also, the other aspect that prompted me to come, I was staying in an apartment, a very small apartment. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. And at the farm, we have very huge land, fresh environment, green, fresh air. There are a number of birds, the environment, all the foods we have here on the farm.